What's up, everybody? Benji Bruce here, and I am actually going to focus on growing my YouTube channel, and I'm going to show you guys everything that I'm doing in terms of how I'm growing it, all the tools that I'm using, my thinking behind everything. So I'm going to show you the whole process in terms of what I'm doing. Now, as of right now, I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, I understand the basics. I understand, okay, the headline, the description, and thumbnails, stuff like that. Watch time is really important. I understand stuff like that just because, I mean, coming from a marketing background, like you kind of just get stuff like that. But I haven't actually built my YouTube channel yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build the whole thing. I'm going to show you what it is I'm doing. And today, what I'm going to focus on is I'm just going to research today. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to YouTube. I'm going to type in like, hey, I don't know, like how to build a YouTube channel or whatever, but I'm just going to do research today. That's it. So what I'm doing is the research is only going to be limited to today because I don't want to do what most people do to where they just get stuck in the researching and planning phase. So I'm going to basically say all I'm going to do for today is just research, planning. Well, just a research at this point. And I don't want to get stuck in that phase because when it comes to YouTube, what it seems like is just like anything with business to where most of it is just pure execution rather than planning. And a lot of people, they get so stuck in the planning phase that they forget the execution phase. And with YouTube, it seems to be more of the execution to where it's like, you know, you should have a good headline, but is your headline really good? Or you know you should have a good thumbnail, but is your thumbnail actually good? Or you know you should have good content, but is the content actually good? So I'm sure I'm going to research today. I'm going to look up all this stuff to see if there's something that I don't know that I should actually learn or like really pay attention to. But what I truly believe that when it comes down to execution and like how to really grow something or how to just grow a business or anything, what I believe is that, oh man, I almost died for a second. What I believe is that you can't see the finish line when you're just starting. So it's like you have to take those first steps in order for you to get to the finish line. It would be like running a marathon to where no matter how much planning and researching you're doing, you're at the very start, you have to actually start jogging in order for you to eventually see that finish line. And so I think so many people get stuck in the research phase that they forget to actually execute on things. And so what I'm going to do today, sure, I'm going to research, but after today is going to be purely execution. And I mean, of course, I have videos on YouTube and everything. So, I mean, I'm not like complete newbie to all this. But what I'm going to do is just focus on how do I grow the channel. And I'm in a semi-different position. So I got two channels that I'm really going to grow. So it's kind of like I'm adding a ton of work where I shouldn't really be adding a ton of work. But I've got two channels. There's a speaking lifestyle channel. Then there's just the Benji Bruce channel. And at first I thought, well, maybe I should just focus on one. But I'm like, forget it. I'm actually gonna basically split test both of them because they're both about two different things. So the Benji Bruce channel is kind of like behind the scenes and motivational stuff. And then the speaking lifestyle channel is public speaking stuff. So I'm going to do both at the same time. And of course, it's going to be a lot more work, but it's still, I'm just going to do it anyways. And I thought about this. I thought in terms of hiring a videographer in terms of filming and editing, or at least the editing part. But then I was thinking back and I was thinking like, well, when I build it and it gets big, then I can see people saying things like, well, he had the money to hire people to do stuff for him and all. So what I'm going to do is in the beginning, I'm just going to do all of it myself, like all the videos, the filming, the editing, everything. I'm going to do all of it myself. That way, nobody has an excuse for, oh, he was able to build it because he could hire people. It's like, no, I'm going to build it without hiring people. And I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing so you can just duplicate what I'm doing. So I don't want people to have those excuses because I know a lot of people when they're trying to build something, when they're trying to become something, they have all these reasons, all these excuses for why they can't do something. And they look at someone who's done it or someone who is doing it and they say, oh, well, they got money from their parents or they had money, they were able to hire people so they use all these reasons, all these excuses as to why they can't. And so I just want to take all those reasons, all those excuses out of the way. On top of that, I'm going to be doing double the work for both channels instead of just one channel. I'm gonna do it for both channels. So there's absolutely no excuse as to why you can't grow and why you can't build your thing, especially if I can do it. Like I'm starting from scratch. So that's what I'm gonna do. The hardest part for me is really gonna be shifting the mindset because my mindset has always been monetize. It's always been make money. It's focused strictly on the money. You're building a business, you got to make money. And so I've never focused on followers. I don't care about how many followers I have. I don't care about any of that. I don't care about the likes, any of that sort of stuff. And that was always my mindset because I realized a long time ago that my friends who were doing 7 figures or 7 figures a month, these guys, I would look at their Instagram profiles and all that sort of stuff, YouTube channels, if they even had one. I would look at them and I would see like, well, they have maybe 3,000 followers, 5,000 followers, and they're doing 7 figures a month. Then I know people who have 100,000 followers or 200,000 followers, and they're not making any money. I mean, they're just working a regular job. And so that's when I really shifted my mindset of, oh, let me forget all the growing the followers and let me just focus on just the money part and just making the profits. So I did that, built the business. But what I have to do now, what I'm going to struggle with is focusing on building the followers, building that following, building the subscriber list, building this channel. So that's going to probably be the biggest thing for me. But as of this point, all I'm going to do today is I'm going to research and see if there's anything that I don't already know. And then I already understand that most of it is going to be execution anyway. So that's what I'm going to do today. So boom, let's get to it.